We're live! What's up, guys? Mega's eating a fat bomb.
Finishing it off. My window's about to close.
Tell them what's in your fat bomb.
Butter. Cocoa. How do you pronounce it?
I think it's cacao butter.
Cacao butter. And some protein powder. They're our favorite ones. We've been making them lately.
Tell them about your reverse intermittent fasting, too.
Oh. So, I've never been a fan of intermittent fasting. It's definitely something I felt like forced into doing because everyone talks about all the awesome benefits and how some people say you even need it to be successful. And I always am hungry in the morning. That's just how I've always been. Even on keto, I'm hungry in the morning. I like to get the day started with food. So I was never successful at it, and instead of deeming it as something I was unsuccessful at, I learned to just decide that, it's not for me, it's not for everyone. But I've been doing reverse intermittent fasting. I don't know, is it technically called reverse, or is it just a different eating window?
It's not like reverse. It's just a different eating window.
So my eating window isn't the typical 12 to 8, 12 to 7, whatever. It starts at like 9. I might not have my first meal at 9, but it starts at 9, ends at 5, ends at 6, depending on when I start eating. And it's really been successful for me. And I'm able to just, like, all the cravings are at bay if I get a good, substantial meal in the morning.
I'm on board, too. I like it.
Yeah, it's been really life-changing for me. I've never, I was just talking to his sister, and she was like, how are the peanut butter, like troubles, or just asking how it's going with peanut butter. And I was like, surprisingly, this new way of eating, the change in my window of eating, has helped me just not have any cravings at all. And that's rare for me. I'm a crave monster.
I'm a crave monster, too.
Yeah, but not with this, right?
Do you still? Yeah, she had a peanut butter stain on her shirt
Don't tell them I'm just wearing the same shirt for 7 days in a row.
So someone said they loved the podcast today. Today, if you check out the podcast, it was a really good one. We interviewed someone, her name's Kelly Foster, Kelly Keto on Instagram. Mm-hmm. She lost 100 pounds doing keto, and she's just maintaining. She's basically made the full transformation, and she's just living a really healthy life. She has a lot of good tips, what helped her achieve that goal.
And she's super positive.
Yeah.
So if you're into that vibe, go check her out.
Someone asked if we smoke weed. I don't like to really talk about this that much, but I used to smoke heavily. Now...
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I could be with him because he was just so potheady.
Yeah, at one point in my life, probably not the best point in my life, but it was like a...
What do you mean?
It was like a growing phase in my life.
You lived in San Francisco.
I was really space cadet-y. I was doing all kinds of psychedelic drugs and traversing the streets of San Francisco and going to music festivals. But no, occasionally nowadays, but not much. I'm just not productive when I am.
IF is not for everyone, you're right. I have been 1 meal a day it for over a year and was able to eliminate 95 pounds. Congrats. Yeah, 1 meal a day also works extremely well for a lot of people. I've tried that out also, and it's just not my jam.
No.
So just try a bunch of stuff out. Oh, hey, Keto Shan. So Keto Shan, I think you started the earlier eating window too, and you like it as well, right? So yeah, just try this out if you haven't tried anything else that's really worked for you.
Yeah, I was definitely a hippie of sorts. What's your workout like? We just lift weights. We don't do a whole lot of moving around. We don't do a lot of cardio. We've actually been implementing a little more cardio lately, 20 minutes, maybe 4 days a week. Mm-hmm. Just on the treadmill, incline. But our workouts are just bro split. Basically 4 different lifting days: chest, back and buys, chest and tries, back and buys, shoulders, legs, and mixing some abs at different days. How do you start your day without food?
A lot of people do it. So a lot of people don't feel naturally hungry in the morning. You wake up and all you really need is a coffee to get going, and then lunchtime, hunger hormones kick in. I think it's also something you can train your body to do. So if you're someone who's never really eaten breakfast, then you probably don't need to, or you're not hungry.
Yeah, I'm more of how do you start your day without coffee? I try doing that occasionally, and it's so hard. But what we do lately is I try not to have a coffee before the gym. We go to the gym earlier in the morning now, and then come back maybe an hour afterwards. Actually, no, I usually make a bulletproof coffee after the gym, and then I usually eat a meal around like 11 a.m. And we're doing more 2 meals a day, right?
Yep,
Lately,
2 meals a day.
like 11 and then like 4:30.
And I've been having a goat cheese snack.
You have?
2 ounces of goat cheese with some sea salt. And I like it.
If you guys like these live stream things, the best way to get notified for them is if you click the notification bell. It's like right below us. I think there's a little bell you can click.
Or just come around Sunday, 6, 7, 5. We're always doing it.
Are you guys more salads or cooked/roasted veggies?
If we had to pick, cook or roasted veggies.
We used to be more salad people, but I think we're making an effort to reduce the volume of vegetables we eat.
Yeah.
Conscious effort lately. We're going super low carb for the past like month. How long? 3 weeks maybe?
Yeah.
We've been doing very low carb, like under 10 total carbs per day for the last 3 weeks.
And mind you guys, it's not like a struggle. It's not something we're forcing. It feels natural and we feel better like this. So if you are someone who feels a lot, it's all about the way you feel. If you feel a lot better eating a big salad a day or eating, a head of broccoli, do what works for you.
But while we've been doing this lower carb thing, I have been adding in a cod liver oil supplement. I drink it straight from the jar to get some vitamins in.
Straight from the teat.
Straight from the teat.
The cod liver teat.
The secret ingredient cookies are perfect. Just made them. Yeah, it's really if you guys haven't seen the video, we use beef gelatin in our chocolate chip cookie recipe. It makes them super chewy.
You have a ponytail too, Lynette?
How do you count sugar, alcohol, carbs? It depends. We only use erythritol in our recipes. That's the only one we use. We subtract it completely. But if you see like an Atkins product or like Russell Stover things that have maltitol, that's really the only sugar alcohol that's trouble. There's like a couple others, but they're rarely used. So just look for maltitol. Try avoiding that one. Cod liver is great omega profile. Yeah. What's
the
a macro window? Do they restart when you wake up?
Yeah.
Yeah, most people count macros on a daily basis.
But someone asked us, does it, I think, it probably wasn't you, but I think on Tuesday, do your macros start over, like, in the morning or at 12? And, yeah, your day is your macros.
Do whatever works.
Yeah.
If you want to just like save your macros from last night until like 11 a.m. and then you just have all your other macros at 1 p.m.
Matt Newbold really knows us. Just noticed the topic. Mega must have picked it.
What's the topic?
Attack the day.
Oh.
He knows I hate that saying.
Can you use the whole egg in your tortilla recipe? Not
No.
really, unless you're trying to go more
It'll be
of like
an egg.
It'll be more of an eggy burrito-y thing. How do you get past the fish oil burps? I don't really get those.
The only time I've ever had burps is when I've taken like cod liver, fish oil pills. I've never had any issues with this oil we're taking.
Oh man, Julius is up again. Do you eat all the stuff you make when you are perfecting recipes?
No.
You can't eat it all.
No way.
Out of keto for 8 weeks, don't know how to get back. Real hard time. Please help. Well, I think what I like to recommend...
Cleaning out all of your junk.
Yeah.
Right? Getting rid of the stuff so you don't have the option to like even touch it. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Just get like an accountability buddy. But really, I think just, going one day at a time, like eating a good day of keto is the best way to do it. But I guess what are your problems? Like what's the problem you're running into? You're just eating carbs?
It's easy to like get snacky when you get home from work.
Yeah, just be prepared.
TV.
So meal prep. Yeah, that's a good thing actually. Meal prep on the weekend for the week and you'll be good to go.
And if you like snacking, get pork rind, get some veggies, make like egg salad and snack. Like there are things you can like make into snacks if you're a snacky person. You can make our beef jerky.
Protein cakes if you need sweet stuff.
Protein cakes.
Is dextrose one of the things you will be testing? So yeah, we're currently testing a bunch of sugar
Matt chickened
replacements.
out today.
Yeah.
We were gonna do maltitol, but he chickened out.
Dextrose is not needed to test because It's sugar.
Pure sugar.
It's
But
like,
we are gonna do sugar.
yeah, we'll do sugar to have a baseline.
baseline.
I'm gonna take Julius out real quick, or else he's gonna bother the whole time.
Take them out?
Just
Oh, I was like, just bring them in here too. My wife made the Snickers thingy. And my Bob's. Oh, and they were delicious. Thank you. Those were just like on a whim. I was just like putting a bunch of things together, and then I bit it, and I was like, Matt, this is a Snickers. Maltitol can have some serious digestive issues, even like diarrhea. So I guess that's not terrible. 240 pounds in 6 months. That's incredible, Sean. I don't know who Freely the Banana Girl is. Would you recommend Hooters to stay at in Vegas? I would. If I would go back, I would definitely go to Hooters. Totally reasonable price, like cheap. You can get the smoked wings, which are delicious all the time. And they have cheap tables, so like, you know, if you just wake up and you want to play a little before you like get ready and go out. And it's really close to the strip and everything. You guys inspired me to document my keto journey. That's awesome.
How are you documenting it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Share your channel in the comments.
You can definitely make green smoothies keto. Matt used to make them all the time. Share.
Make what?
Green smoothies.
Yeah. Spinach, frozen spinach is the main green thing I use. I would also use like some green powder or spirulina or something like that. Then MCT oil is really the best fat source for smoothies because it stays liquid. You can also do heavy whipping cream, but I don't really like doing a lot of heavy whipping cream. And then like I did some hemp hearts, that's pretty much it. You can even do cacao nibs, cacao nibs, if you're getting crazy. Is Splenda bad? Splenda has maltodextrin in it, so it's kind of bad. It's like probably 1 gram of carbs per packet, though. I just purchased your 50-day course to start tomorrow. Quick question, can I substitute the radishes for asparagus? Yeah, you can. You'll probably even be saving some carbs if you do that. Radishes are slightly higher in carbs.
I would agree.
So you can do like a little bit extra asparagus.
Keto, is half and half allowed, or do you need heavy cream?
Half and half's fine.
Yeah, just track whatever you intake. I mean, like heavy cream in surplus isn't great either. Nothing really like that in surplus is great. But yeah, just tracking.
Thoughts on American Metabolic's keto pre-workout? So yeah, I saw they have this keto lift thing, which is it's
LIFT or LIFT?
I don't know. I think it's LIFT. It's just exogenous ketones. So I'm not really into that. I don't. It does. Yeah. So Keto Lift is just a pure exogenous ketone supplement, but they also have a full disclosure pre-workout. Now that's something that is kind of cool because a lot of these pre-workouts they don't have to list the actual nutrition facts. They have to list the supplement facts. So like you can technically have like maltodextrin, which most pre-workouts do, and it's not listed on the label because there's no like rules about it. But American Metabolics has a full disclosure pre-workout, so that's something that's pretty cool. But the Keto Lift, not really my thing.
Hearts of palms for pasta. Thoughts?
I've never had or really looked into Hearts of Palms. Hey y'all, just joining. What's the topic?
The topic, I guess we haven't really touched on, is the upcoming week. How are you going to attack the week?
I'm going to attack. So right now we're in crunch mode of finishing our cookbook, which I hate. Because it's like actually like I'm back in college doing a book report kind of. And
well,
you just have to.
We didn't do book reports in college. Read those in third grade.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not fun. So I really just want to get that out of the way. And we're thinking about some future projects right now, like things we want to do in the future that we think will be cool, but we just have to get through this first.
Yeah.
Let's see. So get this, guys. I went to a keto meetup today, and it was surreptitiously infiltrated by multi-level marketing people. Great vocab words. That sounds not that abnormal to me, actually. People are definitely attacking the keto market.
But you want to just attack your week.
Attack the week, yeah, not the keto market. Do you eat full-fat yogurts? I've heard that the good bacteria eat the milk sugars. I just go by what's on the label. I've never really eaten a store-bought yogurt. I made my own before, But there is some that you can have, like the Kroger Carb Master yogurts are a decent option. They're just kind of like filled with artificially stuff.
It's funny to think like that Matt doesn't eat, like restricts himself now, because before we were keto, he just gorged on everything. He's like, this is kind of gross. Give me all 17 containers, I'll eat them right now.
What's an example of that?
I don't know, the Noosa yogurt.
Oh, of course. Those weren't even kind of gross. Those were delicious.
He was a trash pile.
Because I was a vegetarian for a while.
We eat the wrapper sometimes too.
When? What ways have you both felt better since going super low carb?
Well, I definitely look a lot leaner, which I like. I don't feel bloated, no gassiness. In like the morning, I feel like refreshed and like I'm starting my day like with a clean slate, as opposed to like, oh, I still feel all of that junk I ate yesterday, you know?
Yeah, I'd say a lot of the same things. Get that book done. Do you guys have a keto diet meal plan for one? So we have a few things. We have meal preps, 5-day meal preps that you can find on our YouTube channel, on our website. We have a Walmart one, we have a shredded chicken one, and we have a budget one, and we have a vegetarian one if you're into that. So you can try those out, but then if you like those, we also have a 50-day meal plan course, like meal prep course on our website that you can purchase. But try the free ones first.
Eating chewy chocolate chip cookies right now. Yay!
A video on how to create a macro would be good. I'm just counting carbs and staying low in carbs. Are you having problems? If not, just stick with that.
Wait, how to create a macro?
Yeah, you can. We do have a video on how to calculate your macros. And we also have a macro calculator. Search KetoConnect macro calculator on YouTube.
We have tried Walden Farms products, and if we could go back in time and change that, we would.
Yeah, a lot of people I see liking the
They're
Walden
disgusting.
Farms things. I don't like them at all. I've lost 65 pounds low carb eating, and I've noticed that high fat keeps me fuller longer.
That's a great thing to notice. In fact, it does. For me, also, like, just the higher protein and fat combined really does it for me.
If you have bulletproof coffee and don't eat your first meal till 2 p.m., are you intermittent fasting? Well, it depends when you eat your last meal and when you have your bulletproof coffee. But are you asking if bulletproof coffee breaks a fast? I would say yes, because it's a lot of calories. But some of the benefits of fasting are preserved through eating a bulletproof coffee. But yeah, that's like the most commonly asked question in the history of keto. Any suggestions for ham not full of sugars?
I don't like ham.
Yeah, I don't really like ham. But you can most of them will have sugar, but you can find some with like 1 gram of carbs per serving or something.
Keep falling off keto and I'm getting upset. Any tips on how to stay away from sweets? They're my downfall every few days. I mean, I think you should figure out where you come in contact with them. Like, are they just in your house? Because that could be tough, not having them around. Is it they're at work? I mean, maybe keeping something at work to like help you with that. So like cocoa roasted almonds, the emerald ones. Matt used to love those.
Yeah.
That's an example I just thought of. You can get sugar-free chocolates or something.
How to attack the week. Hustle during the weekend. That's a good start.
That's a great start.
Bacon instead of ham. That's another good tip. What are you guys trying on your diet now? Cycling carbs, strict low carbs, anything new? And if so, how's it working?
Strict low carb.
Strict low carbs.
Very low.
So we did do the cycling, which I think if you do 1 carb up every once in a while, if you don't do them weekly, like we did them weekly and I don't like that at all.
Right.
But if you do maybe 1 a month, I think it's okay. But now we're just doing strict low carbs and really little amount of vegetables and just greens and vegetation in general. Mostly animal kingdom, and
Water.
I feel better. Definitely feel better.
Yeah. I sleep a lot better. I sleep like a dead rock.
A dead rock?
Yeah.
Do you still eat sludge? What's the recipe for that anyways?
No, but we make fat bombs that are kind of sludgy, right?
It's basically a sludge fat bomb is what we've been making.
The recipe is coconut oil, a tablespoon of coconut oil, a scoop of protein powder, What else? Some stevia and some milk.
Yeah, some like flax milk. Would you guys ever consider getting off keto short term in order to achieve your muscle bodybuilding goals?
We kind of did that.
We've done that with the carb ups, but no,
Not after we know how good we feel and how bad we feel.
yeah, for like for the little bit of sacrifice you're making as far as building muscle, I think it's worth it just for the other benefits. You feel so much better. You get so much more work done.
But that's not to mean you can't build muscle on keto.
I don't feel any different on keto versus off keto. Am I broken? I do get fat if I get off keto though, so I'm constantly torn.
Well, don't you feel better when you're not fat? Right? That's like kind of. But you're talking. Some people have mentioned like they've never like gotten that energy burst that people talk about, and they're not sure why they don't get that. But.
I'd say it's weird to me that you don't notice the lack of energy when you eat carbs. Maybe like commit hardcore to keto for like a solid month and see how you feel then. Have you done that? Because it sounds like you're kind of going back and forth a little bit.
We do not eat. I've never had venison.
I
They have
before.
venison at Arby's right now.
That cracked me up. I was like, what is Arby's doing with venison?
What can I tell people who say keto is bad for cholesterol? Tell them they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to cholesterol.
Well, I would first say, who says cholesterol is bad? And then I would say...
Food cholesterol doesn't equate to like clogged arteries.
You are likely going to have an increase in cholesterol when you start eating keto. But that's
that
not
could be,
necessarily a bad thing.
Right.
Who is Shannon on your blog? I suspect Matt and address. No, Shannon on our blog is It's Keto Shan. She has a YouTube channel and an Instagram too, and she's just started helping us out a little bit.
Yep. Because we don't want to like miss comments and have people feel neglected, so she helps out.
When I started working out on keto, it made me aware of a lot of the energy benefits.
That's a good point. Maybe working out in tandem with keto can like exacerbate the energy benefits. Literally what she said.
I'm having a really hard time staying away from sweets. How would I stay away from sweets? See, this is not like really, it's tough. You just gotta like, I think just sticking with a strict keto diet for like 2 weeks to a month and that kind of goes away a little bit.
Once you have one good day, you want to keep at it, right? Like you're not like, oh, I had one good day yesterday, I want to have a shitty day today. I think it's the momentum thing we talk about often.
That too, yeah.
So like maybe incorporating some working out or having, your husband or wife or kids on board with you, sleeping well, taking some time for yourself and really thinking about like, why do I want these sweets? Do I need a croissant right now? Like my body really never needs a croissant ever in its life. And I've had enough croissants to the point where I want to go on to keto to lose weight. So, thinking about the long term.
I see you drinking Absolute Zero Monsters at times. Do you know what effect they have during fasting? Do they knock you out of fasting? See, like, there seems to be, I don't know, is there like a definitive like fasting and not fasting? I guess there is. Anytime you consume calories, you're not fasting. What are your goals you're trying to achieve with fasting, though, I would ask? Like, the only
Not
real...
spiking your glucose?
Yeah, so are they spiking your glucose? No. They might have, like, a marginal effect on them. But, like, what are you getting out of a 16-hour fast that you don't get out of a 10-hour fast? Some people will say, like, autophagy kicks in, which I think is highly debatable. Just do your research and like see what benefits you're actually getting out of intermittent fasting, and if it's something you want to like stress over and be constantly thinking, does this break a fast? Does this break a fast? Just eat your foods when you want to eat them. If you can do intermittent fasting, it's probably marginally beneficial.
What is a podcast? I'm new to this stuff. How do you watch a podcast?
You listen to it.
You listen to a podcast. If you have an iPhone, there's a podcast app. If you have an Android, there's Google Play, which allows you to download podcasts, and ours is called Keto for Normies.
Fasting is meant to conserve energy. Digestion takes up a whole bunch of energy. I don't think that makes sense because you're still digesting the same amount of food throughout. Like, it doesn't really matter. And don't you want to be burning energy if you're trying to lose weight? Have you ever gotten muscle cramps when you eat sweets after being really strict keto? We've never really eaten
We haven't had
sweets
that.
after being really strict.
But
keto.
when we did our carb cycling, I didn't cramp at all.
You gotta like hydrate a lot. When you're taking in carbs and you've been keto, you gotta just hydrate. Do you recommend cutting dairy if you're stalled? Not really. Some people have a problem with dairy. I think it's just, do you think dairy is your problem? There's probably a reason you're asking because you think that's a problem, so I would try that. But, you know, I don't cut out dairy. I've gone back and forth. I don't feel that much worse when I'm having dairy. I need energy. Do you take a pre-workout? Sometimes we take pre-workouts. I'll take like a caffeine pill sometimes. Sometimes I'll do coffee. We do Zip Fizz.
I do Zip Fizz intra-workout, which pushes me through my workouts.
Vodka Bloody Mary. We've been trying to think of a Bloody Mary recipe. It's just that those V8 like tomato juices have a lot of carbs in them.
And so does just tomato in general. And I don't like Bloody Marys.
You don't?
No, ew.
I like them.
They're gross.
If it's like mimosa or Bloody Mary, I used to always get Bloody Marys.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
I lost 110 pounds on low carb, high protein, gained back 30 pounds over the last 2 years. Any suggestions to get back down? Well, I think you just got to find a way of eating that you enjoy. Is it keto? Maybe, maybe not. Get your calories in check. Eat at a slight deficit. Probably exercise a little bit. Just be consistent. That's how you lose weight. What's your favorite recipe in
Woo!
the
Shannon with the
book?
questions.
In the book so far. So we're working on a cookbook. I don't know. Last night we just made these pancakes that we have in the cookbook. Those are good. But I'm trying to think. There's a few that we made, and right when we made them, we're like, this is too good for the cookbook.
Yeah, and then we put it not on the cookbook. We have like a classic comfort food section and a takeout food section. So we have like the baked chicken, saag paneer is really good. We have a yellow curry chicken, that's bomb.
After seeing Whitrock put spoonfuls of salt directly into his mouth while he was traveling, I started doing it in the morning. How much sodium do you think you intake daily? I think when you've been doing this for a while, like your body has it pretty well figured out. You don't need to be going crazy with sodium. But I add, I want to say, about maybe a teaspoon a day to like my coffee, to my meals, to my drink at the gym. I don't go nuts though.
I don't go nuts by any means. We actually just got red salt, which is known to be like less harsh on the kidneys, and it tastes more delicious. And it's like thicker rocks, and I literally just put it on everything now though. So like I'm going heavy on the salt because it's delicious. We put it in our fat bombs. So any fat bomb you make, the tip is before you freeze them, sprinkle a little sea salt or red salt or something on top.
Oh, you're making the beef jerky? That's great. We have a beef jerky recipe in our cookbook that I think is even better than
Fire.
the stevia one.
I don't say fire, Matt does.
What foods do you absolutely hate? I used to hate a lot more. I've really grown to like most things.
Sardines.
You don't like sardines?
Blech.
Yeah, I guess I don't like mayonnaise. That's the one. Are you guys eating over TDEE for muscle growth?
Yeah.
If so, are you just doing a certain percentage over in protein or fat? That's a great question. We play around with this stuff a lot. Right now we're doing a calorie deficit though.
But I'm not.
You're
I'm
not?
not doing calorie deficit.
Okay.
Because like with this how low carb I'm eating, I'm able to eat at a surplus and still maintain or drop some weight.
We haven't been doing it long enough to really tell. But yeah, that's the theory. But I would say if you're adding calories to try gaining muscle, maybe add a little to protein, but I would do mostly to fat. And I would just see how you feel. Because with protein, it's not like more protein means more muscle growth. It just means like once you hit your amount that your body needs to like synthesize into muscle and just restore tissue and stuff, the rest is just not really necessary. So you would rather that be fat because fat is just like energy and it's good for you and stuff. Protein isn't really like nutritious. It's not like, doesn't contain nutrients really.
You should go to Italy in Chicago. They have a snack bar and bites.
What is your best relationship advice?
Uh,
Mega has tons of good relationship advice.
are you being mean?
No.
I don't know.
What do you
I mean, I think it's all about, like, I don't know. There's too much. There's no one piece of advice that's great.
Yeah,
Right?
I guess I don't have like
A
a best.
relationship, it has so many facets, and it's just so, like, I don't know. Everything's just swirling.
I think you just want to find
Well, communication's key.
communication, obviously. Someone who has like the same drive and motivation as you.
Yeah. You see, yeah, like long term, is this someone you can sustain with?
And someone who is just on the same intellectual level as you and kind of like gets your jokes and like can carry on in a discussion with you about things in life.
And then know when it's like your time to like sit back and just listen, or like, you know, if I need support and Matt can understand that, then he can just like shut down whatever he's doing and like be there
Last
for
night.
me. Yeah, last night. But like, you know, we can all be very, very selfish. So remember that when you're in a relationship, you can't be selfish. Julius is eating my cat food.
I don't know what you can do with cacao beans. I've never used cacao beans before. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's a good one. All of these like sayings that are cliches, most of them are true. Yeah, let the other person be who they want to be.
Yeah.
What's your favorite way to eat asparagus? I think our favorite way, we are putting it in the cookbook. It's like is it baked or is it pan fried?
It's baked and has goat cheese and sunflower seeds.
Yeah. We had that one night. One night in San Francisco, I took Mega out to a really fancy restaurant, a steakhouse. It was the only place.
Also buku?
It was called Oso.
Oso.
It was one of the only places in the city that had a bone-in filet mignon. We got that. We got the asparagus appetizer, and I got her a surprise necklace.
That I don't wear. I don't wear jewelry, but I'm not wearing right now.
Is the liquid diet healthy? I mean, it's a diet consisting only of liquid foods. Do you think that's healthy? You can probably get all your nutrients and stuff in, but I think you probably want to adopt a more like healthy eating style. You don't want to just be drinking liquids.
Julius.
But if it works for you.
Sorry.
I don't really know what the liquid diet is.
I'm gonna kill him.
How can I get your merch? We just have some t-shirts on Teespring. You can go to, I think, any of our videos, it's linked in the description. Does the constant disappointment of being a Michigan fan put you out of ketosis? That might be the best comment we've ever gotten. It is pretty disappointing, but no. What else you guys got? I was not ready for cooking lessons when I started keto. Yeah, that's kind of the tough thing with keto. There's pretty much no getting around doing a little bit of cooking. You gotta cook. And if you guys don't cook, it was really funny because I didn't realize this, but Goody Beats, he has a keto YouTube channel. He like barely knows how to cook, and he gets by. He's been doing it for years. So there's ways. You just have to buy like a lot of kind of like pre-cooked stuff from the grocery store.
Yeah, it's definitely doable.
Or like eat brisket every day.
Order out a lot, get a lot of salads.
Favorite basketball player of all time is Jason Williams, aka White Chocolate. Second favorite is Allen Iverson.
Third chocolate is third chocolate.
Third chocolate.
Third is me. I beat him in horse.
She did beat me
twice.
in horse, yeah.
Julius! Hey!
Hey, creatine? Yeah, creatine's fine. Are you ready to drink muscle milks? Okay. Muscle milks we don't drink. I think muscle milks tend to have a decent amount of carbs in them. We use like Isopure and Quest protein powder sometimes.
How many monthly subscriptions do you get right now?
We get Butcher Box, we get Keto Crate. We randomly get keto delivered, I guess. They send it to us sometimes. Our favorite is Butcher Box. But
Yeah.
the best keto snack one, I think, is Keto Crate. How do you feel about taking sugar-free Metamucil? I need something to help me stay regular.
You can just up your water, your veggies, or like oils. Like you can eat more fats, like coconut oil would help.
So Metamucil
Salt water.
has carbs in it. It has some sugar, I think, which is
She
weird.
said sugar free.
Oh, sugar free. I haven't looked at the nutrition on the sugar free, but the active ingredient in sugar free in any Metamucil is psyllium husk powder. So you can just buy psyllium husk powder. It kind of like makes you more regular, but that's like putting a band-aid on the issue. Like eating fiber to be regular is not the way you want to be going with your life. You want to be like more in a healing mode, and just constantly eating fiber is not really doing that. But yeah, like I would just buy psyllium husk powder if I was you.
How has your nightly stretching been going? Visualization meditation, how's it going? God, people just keep us so accountable. It's not going anywhere.
No, I've been stretching occasionally. One thing we've been doing, which we're going to make a video on, I've been religious about this because I'm really liking the benefits, is taping our mouth shut while we sleep.
And I do earplugs. Earplugs are my jam.
And it sounds super weird. I remember the first time I heard this, I was like, this is crazy, this is nuts. But a lot of good benefits to it because you're breathing through your nose all night. You're supposed to be breathing through your nose.
The other day, Julius pooped in the house and he pooped out a boot.
Just like Italy.
It's the best.
Grew up in a little town by Bad Axe, Michigan, 2
Matt-
hours north of Detroit.
Someone said that?
Yeah. I've driven through there before. I drove through there all the time to go up to my college in the Upper Peninsula.
What are you taping your mouth with? It's like the medical tape.
Yeah, it's just medical. It's called like it's by 3M. It's called like pore tape or something. Porous tape.
Yeah, the tape does irritate my lips as well, but
It doesn't irritate it too badly.
for me it does.
What are some good foods for fiber, keto friendly? People seem to be super into the fiber. We have my favorite recipe that's really high fiber is we have these high fiber muffins on our website. You can make those. Those are good. They use oat fiber and
Flax.
flax. So yeah, good foods for fiber is like chia seeds, flax seeds, hemp seeds. Nuts are pretty good. Psyllium husk powder.
Yeah, we have low carb naan. We have low carb bread rolls.
Basically green veggies, cruciferous veggies. 3M micropore tape. That's it. That's what you guys want. 3M micropore
Can we see
tape.
Julius? Come here. Someone wants to see you. Come here.
What do you eat when you do very low carb? It's mostly foods from the animal kingdom. I'll do like bulletproof coffee, eggs, some cheese with the egg, maybe some butter, and then like just meat, like a fatty cut of meat.
Swim for us.
We do like some fat bombs occasionally.
Oh, he has a cold right now. Do you guys know what to do when your dog has like one of his nostrils is snotted shut?
Does marijuana make a good salad? I don't think you get the effects when you just eat it.
My little muffin.
Benadryl. Oh yeah, I have seen people give their dogs Benadryl
We
before.
don't have liquid Benadryl though. Can you like crush up a little bit of a pill? Like I don't know.
Did you guys ever cheat on keto with fast food? French fries, burgers, KFC?
No,
If so,
heck no.
That's
if
not
I'm gonna
even-
cheat, it's gonna be like
yeah.
really up there stuff.
I'm going to Cheesecake Factory.
No, I'm getting like, yeah, I guess we wouldn't go to like a nice restaurant, but I'd go to like a French bakery and get like a chocolate croissant.
Yeah, I agree.
What are people saying about the Benadryl?
30 grams of macadamia nuts keeps me regular. What's the mechanism behind that? It's like 2 grams of fiber and 20 grams of fat.
Are you okay?
Do you drink chicken broth?
We drink, yeah.
We drink
broth.
bone broth occasionally.
Benadryl is 1 milligram per pound of body weight. I'm trying to read about Julius.
Please help. Lately, due to stress, I've been binge eating on all foods non-keto. I can't seem to break the cycle and get back into keto. Any tips, please? That's a tough one. That's more mental than it is like just me giving advice. But I think a good way to attack it could be don't restrict. Eat keto foods. That's the only restriction. Don't really restrict calories. Don't really restrict anything else. Just keep your carbs low. Have like an abundance mindset. It's tough though. So no veggies at all when you're doing the low carb? No, I haven't been eating any veggies. I have been taking a cod liver oil swig. Yeah, I heard Cheesecake Factory does have I think it's sugar free. I don't think it's low carb.
I think we looked it up and it's still like 30 carbs.
Yeah. Do you count calories on keto? Yeah, it's good too. I mean, calories count, so whether you want to count them or not is up to you. A lot of people get good results without counting them. They just eat intuitively.
Why do people use stevia instead of erythritol in baking? Stevia gives you like the bulk.
No, they ask the opposite.
Erythritol instead of stevia. Erythritol gives you like the bulking as same as sugar, so if you need that volume or that quantity, that's what it's good for.
Yeah, they're different things. Stevia is like a little liquid, high intensity sweetener.
You can get stevia powder though.
But it's bulked with maltodextrin. You
Right.
can't get stevia powder. How long before you are in keto once I start the 50-day course? Typical, like 3 days. Like just pretty standard. If you start restricting carbs, you're pretty much in ketosis in 3 days max. Julius is growling at his toy.
What's his favorite? How do you guys feel
What?
about spirulina?
I don't feel too strongly about it. I've tried it in the past. It's a good like vegetarian source of protein and nutrients. If you're eating a relatively nutritious diet as is, I don't think there's a huge need for it, but it's probably good to supplement once in a while if you want. What organ meats would you recommend? I don't strongly recommend any because I don't like that many, but I think chicken livers are like the tastiest, but they're also not quite as nutritious as other stuff. Debating whether to get the keto meter. Are you talking about the blood meter or what? We just got a new keto meter in, Keto Mojo, which we're going to be reviewing soon.
It's keto mojo?
Is it?
No.
Stevia in powder form, not good. All the stevia in powder form is just liquid stevia applied to some kind of carb, which is usually maltodextrin. So I would say it's not great. Yeah, I want to try liverwurst. That's apparently the best way to eat liver.
The recipe cookbook is supposed to be out in spring of 2018. It's due in like literally 8 days, so I think at that point we'll have more discussions on when it's actually going to be out, but still some time.
If you want to make a larger quantity of a mug cake, I would say maybe try like 4xing the recipe and bake it at 350 for like 30 minutes. I think we'll be good. When I'm in keto, I wake up multiple times per night to pee and I'm thirsty. Am I alone? I think that might have... Are you like drinking a lot before you go to bed? That could be...
Yeah, you could just like stop drinking.
Something.
Yeah, I when I went to Whole Foods, they said they had grass-fed liver, beef liver, but they were out that day.
Do you guys train fasted? A lot of the time we do. Yeah. How each day much protein? I weigh 120 pounds. I don't know like your body fat percentage and all that stuff, but just rough estimate, probably like 80 grams, something like that.
Love the sexy giraffe.
Thank you.
He is a sexy giraffe, isn't he? What about my sexy panda?
That was great. I've been going over my protein macros. If this going to knock me out of ketosis?
Why are you reading with that accent?
Because I'm trying to change it up a little. Very likely not, unless you're like crazy over. Like how far over your protein. I don't even worry about protein. I don't think you need to worry much about it. The panda was awkward. It was pretty awkward. I was like, do you want it? After she did that, I was like, is that what you're going with? She's like, yeah, that was, what's the panda's name?
Penny.
Penny, that's Penny. Can't go back. Coffee flour, what did you make? We made a lot of things that we immediately threw in the garbage because they tasted bad. You can't make anything good with coffee flour. I love how Matt reads all the typos. Are the quantities of coconut flour and almond flour interchangeable? They are the furthest thing from interchangeable.
Yes. Fell off the keto wagon, but I found your channel and got inspired. Made the butter chicken with cauli rice. My wife loved it. Yay!
Yes!
Thank you, and congrats.
How do you keep protein lower and fat higher? Eating meats, I feel like my protein gets super high. What kind of meats are you eating? Just this weekend, we went to Costco, and this is a cool tip, guys. If you guys have Costco, I've never thought of this, but it makes sense now. If you buy like a slab, like it was 13 pounds and it cost us $90. It was New York strips, but it's in one slab, so you have to cut them yourself, and I cut them into 1 pound steaks. They're like 75% calories from fat. Like
super fat.
If you're getting 80-20 ground beef, if you're getting like fatty cuts of meat, chicken thighs like that, and then you're
adding butter.
You're adding a little butter. If you're not eating lean protein, you generally fall kind of towards like 70% fat if you're eating fatty cuts of meat. And then maybe add like a couple tablespoons of butter to your meals. Yeah, I love Robert Sykes, Keto Savage. Check him out on YouTube. I like what he said about protein intake. Do you agree you can't really go over on protein if the ratio of fat to protein stays the same? Yeah, so what he's kind of saying is if you're increasing protein and you're also increasing fat, the fat has like a blunting effect on insulin. So it's only really a problem if you're like, let's say you're eating 100 grams of protein, 200 grams of fat. If you then just go up to 200 grams of protein, that could be a problem. But if you go like 150 grams of protein, 300 grams of fat, it should be not a huge deal. Just keep the ratio the same. It seems to make sense.
Will you serve keto at your wedding? No.
We'll probably have an option, but it's not going to be like strictly keto.
I mean, it's going to be like veggies and meat.
Yeah.
But like cake-wise, I don't know. Probably will have keto.
We'll have a keto dessert.
I don't care.
We'll
I
have
don't
a keto
think.
Dessert. Do you ever cook your steaks on the barbecue, or does that lose too much fat? We just don't really have good access to a grill.
But we would. We'd grill it all the time.
I'm eating an exogenous ribeye right now.
What does that mean?
People are funny. I think it's just a play on exogenous ketones.
Do you have yummy Thanksgiving dressing recipe?
I think
It's
some
so
people
weird
call
that people
dressing
call it
gravy.
dressing.
Yeah, you're a weirdo. Don't do that.
Don't offend people.
Okay.
People are also sensitive. But dressing, guys, is that like a southern thing?
I think so.
What? I mean, you don't dress the turkey, you shove it in it, right? Anyway.
Yeah. What do you mean? Oh, the stuffing?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they call it gravy dressing.
No,
They call
stuffing.
stuffing dressing. Okay.
Right? Yeah, southern thing.
This is just the finest dressing we've ever made.
Dressing is out of the turkey.
In the Midwest, it's stuffing. Yeah.
I mean, it's stuffing also on the east and west coast. It's just the southerners.
Dressing is cooked outside of the turkey. Okay. That might be true.
Oh, I see. Technicalities.
Oh, yesterday we
We
just
do have
got
a dressing recipe, though.
Yesterday we just got boiled peanuts for the first time, and they are da bomb.
Green. I forgot we had those.
Boiled green peanuts. They taste almost like potatoes.
They were like
in a good
$1
way.
in a can.
Yeah.
They're super cheap.
They're tasty. We have a keto gravy recipe too. You can check that out. Just made boiled peanut chili. That sounds like something we should try.
I need to eat that right now,
Yes.
Amber.
I'm writing that down actually.
Jack, your recipe.
We don't have a pen.
Butt bread. What's butt bread?
Saw Baker's chocolate at Dollar Tree. Okay.
Nice.
We usually pay like $2 for it, so that's a good deal.
We're not having issues hitting our protein goals, so we don't track for protein's sake. But if we do track, it's like, just to see where our ratios are at.
Do you guys use Pinterest for new ideas? Yeah, we do. We use Instagram, we use Pinterest. We just I watch a lot of like street food YouTube videos, like authentic Indian street food. Those are really cool and they give you good ideas. But yeah, you can follow us on Pinterest too.
You also watch a lot of street fighting videos.
No, I do not. I occasionally watch World Star Hip Hop street fights. Mega makes me feel like the worst person on earth.
You should
when I watch
feel like
those.
the worst person
She's
on
like,
earth.
I would never date a man that watches fights on the internet.
It's repulsive, guys.
It is. I
Please
admit
say
it. It's a
is.
guilty pleasure of mine. Is brain octane oil the same as clean MCT? Yeah, I think clean MCT is also pure C8 MCT oil, so I think they are the same.
Y'all should make a keto holiday playlist, like of our stuff.
Oh yeah, we should do that.
What does that mean?
Matt's least fave lifting day is legs. What is yours, Mega?
I would have to say chest.
Chest, really?
Yeah, I'm just not a bro. I don't got the bro in me.
Is the bagel recipe ever coming out? Yeah.
Forgot we had that thing. Just as a reminder.
We haven't filmed the
write
video.
this
We
stuff
haven't
down.
filmed the video.
We have so much to film for you guys, like a gingerbread
That's gonna be the
brownie
bomb.
loaf with cream cheese icing.
Be on the lookout for a gingerbread. What are we calling it?
Brownie
Cake?
loaf.
Brownie
cake.
loaf. Some kind of loaf with cream cheese frosting.
It's immaculate.
The bomb.
But we're trying to get this cookbook done, and then we're just gonna do all our recordings for the holidays.
Oat fiber on keto. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think if you have like an extreme gluten intolerance, it might not be the best, but otherwise, I think oat fiber should be fine. I followed World Star on Twitter just to watch people fight.
Yay.
Thoughts on Ideal as a sugar supplement? I've never heard of Ideal, and I've heard of most low carb things, so I'll check that out.
Carob chips. What's the nutrition on carob chips?
I don't know. Oh, someone gave us a podcast recommendation.
Ooh, what is it?
William Davis. Oh, we have some good podcasts in the shoe right now, guys. We have, should we tell? Do we tell or no?
Sure.
What's the next one coming out?
Next week, Keto Savage.
Keto Savage coming out next. But there's one a little bit further down the shoe that I'm really excited for.
I don't know
We
who
just
you're talking
filmed.
about.
You know who I'm talking about.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about. We had so many good ones, it's not even funny. How does my hair look? I gotta check on this side what I look like.
Oh, his point was take the money you spend on exogenous ketones and buy exogenous steaks.
I'm glad
Much
you
more
told
beneficial. It really is. Oh, and the price I paid for the New York strip slab was $6 a pound. That's like the price of ground beef prices. And it was nicely marbled.
We have not tried the naked egg taco from Taco Bell. When I drive by it, I'm like, do I want to eat Taco Bell ever?
And also, when the taco came out, I saw like 16 people on YouTube immediately did the reviews for it, and I was like, they did it already.
You guys know what it's like, exactly.
What's your thoughts on resistant starch? We have a video coming out soon on that. We have mixed reviews. Mega likes it more than me.
I don't know. Do you go through the work of making your own salad dressing to avoid the soybean oil? We don't really eat salads, so we're not eating the dressing.
The only work involved when I used to make salads all the time was pouring olive oil and apple cider vinegar on. So it's not that hard. Some people leave rude comments. Yeah, that's the internet though. So 1 8-ounce piece of hamburger meat at 15 fat is much... Write a sentence. If you're getting 80-20 ground beef, 8 ounces of hamburger should be a lot higher than 15 grams of fat. Interview the 2 keto dudes. That's a good recommendation.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any other recommendations that aren't like so tied into keto and
Yeah.
maybe are like more life things? Yeah, we're gonna post podcasts on YouTube soon, I think. Or what we're actually thinking is these Sunday hangouts could eventually be like a live podcast, which we get guests on and stuff. We just don't know how to do that yet, but I think that'd be cool.
Naked egg taco has 13 net carbs.
I think if you get it with no potatoes, though, it doesn't.
Oh, yeah.
Slimland.
What's the worst show on Netflix that you were excited for?
Great
That
question.
doesn't get excited. I mean, that's a good question.
Oh, you know what show we were excited for that was actually good is that new HBO show, the crime one, that we watched for the first episode of. Right now, what we're
Deuces.
Deuces. Right now, what we're watching is the Oxygen series on the disappearance of Maura Murray. I love true crime. That's pretty good.
What were we excited for on Netflix though? We always get excited and then it's the worst. Someone recommended This Is Us, and it's just such a snooze fest.
There was one like Australian crime drama from 1995 that was really bad that people recommended to us. You know what one really let me down was the one that's on USA with what?
Sinister.
Is that it?
Sinner.
Sinner, the Sinner.
Julius.
It was good for like 3 episodes, then it just nothing happened ever. I don't. Yeah, Stranger Things is one that I didn't really like that much.
Me neither. What's your favorite part of the cooking process?
My favorite part.
Pulling whatever is out of the oven. Probably.
My favorite part is when I like just get that idea that I think is gonna take the world by storm.
And then it's just total bust.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestions on a honey substitute? I think probably the best is like sugar-free maple syrup.
Quick thoughts on Game of Thrones. There are no such thing as quick thoughts, but really good.
Oh, Game of Thrones is immaculate. It's a masterpiece we're watching unfold before our eyes. And the shame scene was the greatest scene I've ever seen in my life. Like how long it dragged on for, I was just like sitting there like in awe. It was very uncomfortable, but like shows don't make you feel like that anymore. Like it's such a rare experience. You really have to like...
That's how I felt about Room 104.
Room 104 is really good too.
We are football fans indeed. Don't really watch it much anymore.
I watch Michigan, but they've just been disappointing me. I don't like Walking Dead.
I watched it for a year when I lived in India because nothing else was on. So I've like come to the conclusion that I used to love watching TV. Like my favorite thing in the world. Like I would give up my family to just be able to watch TV all the time. I love it, and I was really good at it. But then I found ketoconnect, and like it just I love working so much. Every show that probably is really good, we start watching, and we're just like, because nothing really lives up to making videos, right? And like doing this stuff.
Fave podcast, only get to pick one. I'm gonna have to go. If I can only listen to one, it'd probably be Joe Rogan.
I'd listen to Silence.
But I love True Crime Garage too. Should I start Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones is worth the 60 hours worth of television you have to watch just to get to the shame scene so you can experience it in its full glory. There's actually like maybe 10 scenes like that are just like...
Yeah.
It's not like a show that you're enjoying nonstop while you're watching it, but it's like a build up to an incredible scene, like the best TV you'll ever watch in your life, and then it's another build up.
You guys do any sporting activities together, like cycling? Well, we work out together, and we like eat together. That's kind of sporting, right?
Yeah, I want to get back into some kind of sporting. Sports were like my entire life growing up.
We joined, so we're carbs, babe.
Carbs, yeah, carbs were too.
Handmaid's Tale is so good. I don't know, I just go. Indian, I miss Indian food so much. Yeah, man, so do I.
A lot of people said Handmaid's Tale. I skipped out on that one. Mega watched that by herself.
It was incredible.
What else you guys got? How do you feel about the 4-net carb mission tortillas?
I've never liked tortillas personally, so I wouldn't want to waste my carbs or calories on them.
Yeah, I don't eat them, but if you're just starting keto, or even if you're not, those are definitely something...
Good option.
A great option for like transitioning into keto. You don't want to give up everything all at once. I mean, it's definitely not optimal. Like, it's 4-net carbs of wheat and vital wheat gluten and, like, not nutrients. But, you know, it's not the worst thing.
It works for people.
Yeah, it works well. If you're asking me if you should have spinach or tortillas, probably spinach. What?
Her paw came out. Y'all should go on a cruise. I think Matt loathes cruises. Right?
I don't loathe them.
why did you give up on salads? We just started eating other veggies instead. We decided to just we were like meal prepping more, and we'd like to have the veggies actually prepped instead of making salads, so we were doing like more broccoli. And cauliflower gets me very gassy, so we never really did cauliflower. I didn't let Matt. Have you converted any of your friends to the keto lifestyle? Matt's sisters, I know Michelle's using our meal prep course right now.
She is.
With her boyfriend, and they're definitely enjoying it and doing well. And I think his other sister is also keto.
Is she?
Marie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Protein pancakes for breakfast? Good option.
Yeah. How can you spice up avocados?
You don't need avocados. Don't force them in. If you don't like them...
So many people ask that question. I don't eat an avocado.
You need to tailor this diet to the things you like. Avocados are good for keto, but they're far from mandatory. Is flavored coffee beans bad? It probably just means you're not a great coffee drinker, but I don't think they usually have any carbs. It's more just like flavorings, like extracts and stuff. Is your course for beginners only or anyone? It's for anyone who really just wants like
some guidelines.
Guidelines. Here's exactly what to eat. Here's videos on how to make it. Here's how to here's like your macros calculated for you. Stuff like that.
Making your pot stickers for dinner. Use the scraps to make a pizza pocket, and my 9-year-old took it away. Aww. That's a great use of the leftovers.
What are you guys doing tonight? I think after this, what are we gonna do?
Are we gonna keep writing?
I don't know.
I'm exhausted.
Maybe we should just watch TV.
We might do some writing for our cookbook. We're down to the wire pretty much. Or watch. There's an episode of the Mara Murray documentary out.
215 pounds, 5'6", lazy. What do I do? Well, I think the first step is you are kind of you're lazy. But at least you're admitting that to yourself. So you got to like start doing things. Laziness and being motivated is really like a muscle. You just got to exercise it. So like start by doing something tomorrow. Like maybe do a 10-minute walk before work. And then maybe you'll start building on that. But it's really just like momentum. When you're going from lazy sitting on the couch eating chips all day to trying to make a change, you just got to make slow, consistent progress.
Even just park really far away from work. Like park in the farthest parking lot, a parking spot, and walk. Like small things will get you further than you think.
We watched Mindhunters. It's pretty good.
I loved it.
Eating keto should make her more energetic. Oh, I thought you were talking about Mega. That lady that we were talking about? Yeah, it should help a little bit.
Pork rinds are a good swap out for chips if you enjoy eating chips.
How scary was it to walk away from 9-to-5 jobs and go after your passion? How many months, if any, of money did you save to do this? It's a good question. It's pretty scary just because, I don't know. Was it scary for you?
No.
No?
I'd only had a job for 3 months at the time, and I knew, like, worst case scenario, Matt and I are extremely, extremely capable of getting back on our feet. Like, but that wasn't a thing.
What makes it easier is knowing that you don't want to be doing your job and knowing you found this thing that is making you some money that you can at least sustain yourself on that you do want to do. So it's really like not a decision at all. You want to pursue this thing you want to do.
You were scared though.
Yeah, I was scared.
I would have not even gotten a job.
I think we also quit further down the road than we potentially could have just to be safe because we were scaredy cats. But we had a decent amount saved. I've been working for like 4 years as a computer engineer, so I had some money saved.
It wasn't ketoconnect money. We just had money.
Yeah, so she was reliant on me, right where I wanted her.
That's the opposite. Recommend don't walk away from job until you start seeing income from second gig. That's a good tip. And yeah, I mean, if you're someone, it depends on what you're getting involved in, right? And how well you know the landscape. But yeah, seeing other income could definitely help you walk away.
Do either of you follow esports? I used to like crazy. I was hardcore into League of Legends, but no, not anymore. I don't have time for that. Rubies in the Bank. That sounds like a song. Slasher on Netflix
Julius.
is good.
Hey!
Can you guys make cooler shirts? Yeah, I think we're gonna work on making some cooler shirts. It's hard to design shirts.
We have some designs, we just haven't put
We
into
have
action.
good designs, yeah. We have another one too that says has different text. I think that's my favorite one.
It's simple.
More simple. Matt, why do you have a lighter in your hand? I was
You
lighting a
just-
candle.
So this smell is lemon sugar cookie, and it literally just makes me want to bite the air constantly because I'm just eating sugar cookie.
Like Julius.
Does he have to poo?
Been eating keto for 2 weeks. Is the sweet taste in my mouth sign of definite ketosis, and will it go away? I'd say yes and yes, probably. Yeah, if you're noticing changes, that's most likely ketosis.
What else, guys?
What else you got? My daughter is a national champion representing Chicago in League of Legends. That's incredible.
Whoa.
Do you guys have an Amazon store with your recommended products? We don't have an Amazon store, but we have a products page on our website.
And we're gonna put out a video soon, or we want to, with all the stuff we would say is great to get from Amazon.
Best ending to a TV show? This might be controversial. Sopranos. And there's actually like a really good write-up on this guy wrote, and it's like the theory that everyone thinks is true now. Sopranos was great. This guy wrote like a 20,000 page post on how to interpret the ending of Sopranos, and it's really good. I think if you just search like ending of Sopranos meaning, it's the first thing that comes up.
What's the best zoodle maker? We don't have a good one.
No. Interview Butter Bob. I don't really know Butter Bob. I think he has a YouTube channel though, right? It went black and we all thought the cable went out. Yeah.
Did it go out or was that the end?
That was the end. What do you think of wheatgrass juice? I never have actually consumed it. I feel like there's some decent health benefits to it. But you don't have to go that far outside of the realm of just a pretty sound diet to be at relatively optimal health. Like, what is wheatgrass gonna really what's it gonna do for you? Is it gonna put you over the top? Is it gonna make you live years longer? I think a lot of these things are just not hugely I guess wheatgrass has some benefits. I don't know.
I've never actually seen anything from Butter Bob, so I'll have to look.
Okay, we'll look into Butter Bob.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying.
Sounds like a cool guy. His name's Butter Bob. Dr. Berg always trying to push his grasses. Dr. Berg, he has a lot of products he's selling, but you don't have to buy his products, and he's also creating like an incredible wealth of free content and free knowledge on YouTube.
I have severe chapped lips and drink over 100 ounces of water every day. What's up with that? That could just, it's just your body not producing enough moisture for your lips. Use some chapstick.
What was this one? Do you believe, Dr. Berg, that you don't have to count vegetables carbs? So
I don't think it's a belief. I think it's right, or it is. It's like a choice.
yeah, it's a choice. It's not like a belief. He's not saying carbs and vegetables don't count. He's saying you don't have to count them because most people don't eat vegetables. Like, I remember going through years of my life where I would just eat like granola bars and not eat vegetables at all. So he's just trying to get you to eat more vegetables because he believes vegetables are super healthy. He's not saying actually carbs and vegetables don't count. He's saying you don't have to count them. And I'm saying if you want to be actually accurate with what you're intaking, count them. That's what I would say. Top 3 books for keto or general health. I don't really think you need a book for keto, honestly.
No.
I think you need the internet.
The Obesity Code was very interesting.
Mastery by George Leonard is the only book you need for life. That's my favorite book. What's the solid sugar intake for the day? Keep it below like 10 grams of naturally occurring sugars probably is good. Maybe less, maybe like 6 or less.
I do like kimchi. Matt had it for the first time recently, but we don't really ever come across eating it. We will not have a digital version of the cookbook. We don't think.
Trying to get more info on the protein limit. I'm a week in, and some say that I'm going over my protein limit is bad, but others say not to worry about it at this point. Yeah, most people like to protein shame when you're doing keto. My personal opinion is don't worry at all. Like, how many grams of protein are you going over? As long as you're not doubling your protein goals, you're fine. What are your thoughts on Keto Moho? We just got it. We're going to do a review video. We haven't even used it yet.
It's Mojo.
Are you two pro-cannabis or nah? I'm pro-cannabis. Legalize it.
Yep.
That's my only political hot take that I have, though. Ashley Sweeney. She's a registered dietitian. Okay.
That's cool. Yeah, we should. How much potassium do you take a day? Depends on the day. But my Zipfizz has 950 milligrams in it.
That's another thing that we're kind of feeling out now since we're doing almost no carbs. Most of the carbs we were eating were rich in potassium. So my potassium intake is definitely a lot lower now. But I think my body is just at this point really good at balancing that out. So I don't need to add in a crazy amount of potassium. Beef stock, any good? Yeah, it's fine. I don't take supplements. That's probably fine. I mean, did the cavemen take supplements? Probably not.
All right.
You're calling it?
Yeah, do you want to?
Let's call it. Which one do you eat more of, fat or protein? Most people should be eating more grams of fat.
You so cute, Matt.
Me?
Someone said that.
You think I'm cute?
Someone said that.
But how long did cavemen live? Yeah, we have modern medicine now, though. I guess that kind of plays into supplements. All right, Mega's calling it. Go to bed, you old lady. She's right after this is over. She's gonna put on her mom's nightgown. Bye, sexy giraffe. All right, see you guys.
Bye.